This is Mark Krikorian, Executive Director of the Center for Immigration Studies. It's the 6th day of Christmas, the 5th day of Hanukkah, and the 30th day of December. And what possible immigration news could there be during the holiday season? Well, as it turns out, Christmas week, a kerfuffle broke out on Twitter, or X, if you want to call it that, over skilled immigration. It became a discussion of H-1B visas, but it was broadly the issue of skilled immigration. And what it really highlighted was a difference of opinion between the tech moguls who came over to support President Trump. The tech right is the shorthand they use for them, and the president's own voters, who overwhelmingly support reductions in legal immigration. This is important because for the past really 4 years, the whole debate over immigration has been about illegal immigration. And that's understandable because of the Biden administration's flagrant and blatant violations of the law in letting in millions of inadmissible aliens into the country. But legal immigration is a vital issue. And this debate that broke out online had a lot of vitriol on both sides, but that's the internet. That kind of thing happens. It was very fruitful, I think, though, in sending a clear message to the future administration and also to many of President Trump's new supporters that legal immigration is an essential issue that they're not just going to let go away. And to kind of bridge the difference between these two perspectives, I wrote a piece recently in Compact magazine describing where common ground exists. I offered two win-win solutions where the tech people like Elon Musk, David Sachs, Vivek Ramaswamy, and others who weighed in on this issue can still have access to genuine geniuses and Einsteins from around the world, which is what they say they want. Super competent people, that sort of thing, the most skilled in the world in the various fields, but at the same time, not increase immigration and potentially even decrease it. I just outlined two ways of doing that without going into too much detail. The first one is these H-1B visas. They're supposedly temporary visas, mainly used by tech, widely abused by what you might call rent-a-programmer staffing companies. And the reason that abuse can happen, the main reason, is that the visas are given out by lottery rather than selecting people who really are the best and then move down the list from there. So one thing I suggested was the reviving of a rule that the first Trump administration had tried to introduce, and for a lot of reasons it never went through, to give out H-1B visas based on the highest salary. So if employers value these people the most, they're going to be more likely to actually get the visas. And so I think this is the kind of thing, again, that can satisfy both people. Frankly, we've written a lot about the H-1B visa at the Center for Immigration Studies. It probably should just be eliminated, but in a spirit of compromise, there's a way to reform it, which will satisfy, I think, both sides. The other change that I outlined is something Congress would have to do, and so it's not likely to pass anytime soon, but it's essential to talk about it. And that is, again, something that has been proposed before, which is getting rid of a lot of the chain migration family categories and the visa lottery. This is a different lottery from the H-1B lottery, but getting rid of those. And we're talking 400,000 to 500,000 visas and shifting those, some of those, over to skills-based categories. Doing that, you could actually reduce total immigration, but increase the average skill level of the immigrants we do take. So my point, there may be other solutions, but my point is that there is common ground between the president's base and really the public at large, which wants less immigration, and the tech industry people that the president now has support from. And, they helped him win. And so he does politically, realistically speaking, owe them something, but they can also get something out of this. This is a doable solution that doesn't need to create the kind of political friction that we saw on Twitter recently. We're going to talk more about this and immigration numbers in general at a panel discussion January 14th in D.C. at the National Press Club, featuring a couple of professors who are going to be talking about both less skilled immigration and more skilled immigration and why numbers matter and not just illegality. If you're in D.C., you're obviously welcome to come. The details are online at cis.org. But if you're not, we're going to be streaming it in all the usual streaming places as well, so you can also learn and engage in with this issue. So until then, this is Mark Krikorian wishing all of you a happy new year and hoping that the new year will see a productive debate over immigration overall and not just about border issues and illegality.